A divine appointment, why this specific person is entering your life. My beloved child, there is a reason this moment feels heavier than coincidence. You didn't just think about this person randomly. Your life didn't brush past them by accident. Something precise is unfolding, and it's subtle enough that most people miss it completely. Right now, it may feel like curiosity, tension, or a quiet pull you can't explain, but that's how important shifts begin. Not loudly. Not dramatically. The truth is, when someone enters your life at the exact point your perspective is changing, it's never about chance. It's about timing. And timing reveals purpose. Don't skip this, because what you're about to understand will completely change how you see this connection. Here is the surprising truth most people never hear. This person isn't entering your life to become the center of it. They are entering to activate something in you that was already forming. Notice how their presence doesn't distract you, it sharpens you. You start questioning old habits. Old attachments feel weaker. Your tolerance for confusion drops. That's not attraction alone. That's alignment pressing on growth. Most connections arrive to comfort you. This one arrives to clarify you. And here's the part that feels unsettling at first, you don't feel the urge to rush them into a role. You feel the urge to observe. To understand. To see how they fit without forcing anything. Something huge is waiting for you in this awareness, because it explains why this connection feels different from anything before it. Now listen carefully, because this is where people either recognize the moment, or lose it. When a specific person enters your life at a turning point, they are not there to save you or complete you. They are there to reveal what you are ready for next. Their words may seem ordinary, but their impact is not. Their timing is exact. Their presence creates contrast. You begin to see what no longer belongs in your life, simply by noticing what feels calm instead of chaotic. This is why this encounter feels important even before it makes sense. Stay till the end of this journey, because as this unfolds, you'll realize this person didn't arrive to take something from you, they arrived to confirm something within you that was already ready to rise. There's a reason your attention keeps returning to this connection, even when you try to focus on other things. Not obsession, awareness. That's the difference most people never learn. When someone enters your life at the exact moment your standards are rising, your tolerance is shrinking, and your vision is sharpening, it's not random timing, it's relevance. This person isn't loud in your thoughts, yet they don't disappear either. They sit there, quietly, like a bookmark placed exactly where the next chapter begins. And here's the shocking truth. If they arrived earlier, you wouldn't have recognized them. If they arrived later, you wouldn't have needed them. Don't skip this, because understanding why now is the key to understanding who they are in your story. Something huge is waiting for you in this realization. Here's where it gets deeper. This person didn't enter your life to change your direction, they entered because your direction already changed. Notice how you don't feel the need to impress them. You don't feel the urge to perform, exaggerate, or chase validation. Instead, you feel more yourself. More grounded. More honest. That's not chemistry alone, that's compatibility with your current state of growth. Most connections feed who you used to be. This one meets who you are becoming. And that's why it feels unfamiliar in a good way. Calm instead of chaotic. Clear instead of confusing. And here's the once-in-a-lifetime truth most people miss. When a connection is meant to play a role in your evolution, it won't demand urgency. It will invite discernment. Stay till the end of this message, because what you're realizing right now explains why some past connections felt intense but led nowhere, while this one feels subtle yet significant. Before you move forward, anchor this moment. If this message is helping you see this person, and this timing more clearly, share it with someone who's been questioning a similar connection, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and leave a comment about what changed in your life right before this person appeared. Now listen closely to this final truth for this stage. A real appointment in life doesn't announce itself as destiny, it reveals itself through alignment. Your peace increases. Your clarity strengthens. Your need to force outcomes disappears. That's how you know this person isn't here to distract you, they're here to reflect how far you've come, and to show you what kind of connection your next level actually requires. What most people don't notice is the internal shift that happens after this person enters your life. It's not excitement that grows louder, it's awareness that grows sharper. You start seeing your own patterns clearly. What you tolerate. What you've been settling for. What no longer fits the version of you that's emerging. This is the first real sign that this meeting wasn't accidental. Because random connections distract you, but meaningful ones refine you. Here's the shocking truth: if someone's presence makes you more honest with yourself, they are not passing through your life by chance. They are intersecting with a turning point. Don't skip this, because this awareness is the doorway to understanding why this person, and why now. Now let's go deeper, because this is where the meaning becomes undeniable. This person doesn't create emotional chaos in you. They don't leave you guessing where you stand. Instead, they trigger reflection. You notice how your reactions slow down. How your need to rush decisions fades. How your intuition becomes calmer but more confident. That's not comfort, it's resonance. And here's the once-in-a-lifetime realization most people never reach. When a connection aligns with your growth, it doesn't pull you into the future or trap you in the past. It keeps you present. Fully here. Fully aware. Something huge is waiting for you in this understanding, because once you feel this level of grounded clarity, you'll instantly recognize why past connections burned fast and faded. They weren't built to last your evolution. Here's the final truth for this moment, and it's subtle but powerful. This person didn't enter your life to define your future, they entered to confirm your direction. You don't feel smaller around them. You don't feel like you're chasing something uncertain. You feel steady. Observant. Ready to choose wisely instead of emotionally. That's the mark of a meaningful appointment in life. Not fireworks. Not urgency. But alignment that holds under pressure. Stay till the end of this journey, because what comes next will help you recognize whether this connection is meant to deepen, teach, or simply pass through, without confusion, without regret, and without repeating old patterns. There is a deeper layer to this meeting that only reveals itself if you slow down enough to notice it. This person didn't arrive to change your emotions overnight, they arrived to change your standards quietly. You start noticing how little tolerance you now have for confusion, mixed intentions, or half-energy. Things you once accepted without question suddenly feel out of place. That's not coincidence. That's calibration. Life is adjusting you to a higher level of clarity, and this person is part of that adjustment. Here's the shocking truth: meaningful connections don't always bring excitement first, they bring discernment. They make you pause instead of rush. Reflect instead of react. Don't skip this, because the ability to slow down is the clearest sign that something important is unfolding. Now listen carefully, because this part separates illusion from alignment. This person doesn't pull you away from your path, they make you more aware of it. Your focus sharpens. Your discipline strengthens. Your inner dialogue becomes more honest. And here's the once-in-a-lifetime realization most people never catch. When someone is meant to play a role in your growth, you don't feel the urge to possess them, you feel the urge to understand yourself better around them. That's rare. That's powerful. And if this message is helping you see the situation more clearly, share it with someone who's been questioning a similar connection, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and leave a comment about what changed in your life when this person appeared. Stay till the end of this journey, because clarity like this doesn't come twice. Here is the truth that brings everything together. This meeting isn't about promises or outcomes, it's about preparation. You're being shown what alignment feels like so you never settle for less again. Whether this person stays for a season or a lifetime, their purpose is already working, you're more aware, more grounded, and more selective than before. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this understanding, because once you recognize alignment in real time, you stop chasing signs and start trusting your direction. And when the next step becomes clear, you won't feel rushed into it. You'll step forward calmly, confidently, and without doubt, knowing this moment was never random. There's a moment when everything clicks, not emotionally, but mentally. You realize this person didn't enter your life to create a story. They entered to reveal a pattern. And that pattern is clarity. You begin responding instead of reacting. Choosing instead of chasing. Observing instead of assuming. That shift alone tells you this meeting has weight. Random people don't change how you think. Passing connections don't reorganize your priorities. But this one does, quietly and consistently. Here's the shocking truth most people overlook: when a connection is meaningful, it doesn't demand your attention. It earns your respect over time. Don't skip this, because this is where people usually rush and miss the purpose completely. Now pay close attention to what's happening inside you, because this is the real signal. You're not fantasizing about outcomes. You're not building expectations in your head. Instead, you're becoming more present in your life. Your decisions feel cleaner. Your boundaries feel natural. You're less tempted by things that once distracted you. That's not coincidence. That's alignment doing its work. And here's the once-in-a-lifetime realization hiding here: the right meeting doesn't make you feel special, it makes you feel steady. It doesn't inflate your emotions, it stabilizes them. Something huge is waiting for you in this awareness, because once you feel this level of internal balance, you can never again mistake emotional chaos for meaning. Stay till the end of this understanding, because this is where discernment replaces desire. Here's the truth that most people only understand after they've already lost it. This person entered your life to show you what alignment feels like before you commit, not after you attach. That's why you're being invited to slow down, not speed up. To notice, not label. To choose wisely, not emotionally. Whether this connection deepens or simply teaches, its impact is already permanent. You see yourself more clearly now. And once clarity enters, nothing unclear can hold you again. That's how you know this meeting wasn't random. It was precise. Timed. And meant to change how you choose from this point forward. At this stage, the lesson becomes unmistakable, even if it stays quiet. You begin to realize that this person didn't arrive to add more emotion to your life, they arrived to remove confusion from it. You notice how your thoughts slow down when you consider them. How you don't feel pulled into fantasy or fear. Instead, you feel anchored in reality. That's rare. Most encounters stir questions. This one sharpens answers. And here's the shocking truth people rarely accept: when something is truly significant, it doesn't create urgency, it creates order. Your priorities line up. Your energy becomes disciplined. You don't feel distracted from your life, you feel more committed to it. Don't skip this awareness, because this is the point where many people misjudge calm as lack of interest, when it's actually depth revealing itself. Now look closely at what's changing inside you, because this is the real confirmation. You're no longer driven by the need to be chosen, noticed, or validated. You feel complete enough to choose wisely. That inner stability is not accidental, it's preparation. This person is not here to replace anything missing in you, they're here to meet you where you're finally whole. And here's the once-in-a-lifetime realization hidden in this phase: when the timing is right, love doesn't feel like a risk. It feels like alignment with your values. You don't abandon yourself to connect. You bring yourself fully. Something huge is waiting for you in this understanding, because once you experience connection without self-betrayal, you can never return to anything that demands it. Stay till the end of this realization, because this clarity protects your future. Here is the final truth for this moment. This meeting is not about guarantees, labels, or outcomes. It's about calibration. You are learning how to recognize alignment before attachment clouds your judgment. Whether this person stays close or simply passes through, their purpose is already fulfilled. You are clearer, steadier, and more selective than before. That's the real appointment. Not with another person, but with a higher standard for your own life. And once that standard is set, everything that follows will either rise to meet it, or quietly fall away. The final realization arrives quietly, and that's how you know it's real. You stop trying to interpret every detail of this connection, because nothing feels unclear anymore. Your mind isn't racing ahead. Your heart isn't pulling you backward. You're standing exactly where you are, fully present. That's the sign most people wait their entire lives to feel. This person didn't enter to shake your world, they entered to stabilize it. And here's the shocking truth. When something is meant, it doesn't demand constant thought. It fits so naturally into your awareness that you don't need to chase understanding. Don't skip this, because this calm is not indifference, it's alignment finishing its work. Now notice what's no longer happening. You're not questioning your worth. You're not negotiating your boundaries. You're not compromising your direction to keep someone close. That alone tells you everything. This meeting didn't lower your standards. It confirmed them. And here's the once-in-a-lifetime realization hidden in this stage: the right presence doesn't compete with your life, it complements it. You feel more capable. More intentional. More focused on what actually matters. Something huge is waiting for you in this awareness, because once you experience connection without inner conflict, you can never again confuse emotional intensity with meaning. Stay till the end of this truth, because it explains why this encounter changed you even without promises. Here is where the journey completes. You understand now that this appointment was never about clinging to a person. It was about becoming the version of yourself who no longer settles, rushes, or doubts their own clarity. Whether this person stays close or simply crosses your path, their purpose is fulfilled, you see more clearly than before. You trust yourself more than before. And when the next step reveals itself, you won't hesitate or force it. You'll recognize it instantly, because alignment always feels like recognition, not surprise. This is how you know the moment was real. Not because of what happened, but because of who you are now. What remains now is a quiet confidence that doesn't need to explain itself. You're no longer replaying conversations, rereading moments, or wondering what something meant. That chapter has closed on its own. This is how you know the appointment did its work. When something truly matters, it doesn't leave you mentally scattered, it leaves you internally settled. You feel solid in your choices. Clear in your direction. Unbothered by uncertainty. And here's the shocking truth most people never reach: real significance doesn't leave questions behind. It leaves alignment. You don't feel like you're waiting anymore, because there's nothing missing. That sense of completeness isn't the end of the story. It's the foundation for what comes next. Now notice how your perspective has shifted. You're not measuring people by potential or promises anymore. You're measuring them by how they affect your peace, your focus, your self-respect. You don't feel pulled toward noise. You're drawn toward consistency. That's not emotional detachment, that's discernment. And here's the once-in-a-lifetime realization hidden here: this appointment didn't bring someone to change your life. It changed how you choose your life. You don't need intensity to feel alive. You don't need uncertainty to feel interested. You know what alignment feels like now, and because of that, anything misaligned stands out immediately. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this point, because clarity like this makes the next chapter inevitable. This is where it all settles. You understand that this meeting wasn't about attachment, it was about elevation. Not about holding on, but about leveling up your standards permanently. Whether this person remains present or fades into the background, their role is complete. You are steadier, sharper, more intentional than before. And when the next meaningful connection enters your life, it won't feel confusing or dramatic. It will feel obvious. Natural. Right. Because alignment doesn't arrive as a surprise, it arrives as recognition. And now that you know the difference, you'll never again mistake coincidence for purpose, or noise for meaning.